Hey you, so on this video I just wanted to talk about some of my hype buster coins. So somebody had mentioned to me how they believed that a load of the new coins, a lot of the modern coins nowadays were basically in hype bubbles, and they believed that a lot sooner than later a lot of the coins were up to 95%, they said, would go on to sell for a lot cheaper than they was originally sold for. So it'd be a lot easier to pick up a load of these coins if you just waited a little while, give it a year maybe, or however long, and these coins would eventually come down in price to something they more preferred or agreed with. Now, I think that is the case with a lot of things, especially when you're looking at cars and anything of the likes. They devalue in price. So when looking at to purchase something, it's either an investment or a liability when you're looking at it like that. So with these collector coins, a lot of them are gimmicks, I would agree. I wouldn't say up to 95% of them go on to lose their value. Some, I would say it would be a 50-50. So if you purchase a coin, for instance, something that's not here, and it goes on to later on sell for a lot less than you purchased the coin for, that is rare. But it is also the case when, if we take the current silver Kookaburra, it's usually the case when something is grossly overpriced to start off with. So that's when you normally find yourself in that situation, and that could be more than likely, well, with the Kookaburra a perfect example, as you have a collector's coin within that range, or a perceived collector's coin, and a bullion uncirculated coin, and so forth. But when the price comes out overinflated to begin with, then I can understand and see it's a no-brainer that that's drastically going to come down at a later date. But for a lot of these other collector coins, I don't see it being the case with some, I say up to 95% of them ending up being sold on. But what I'm looking at and displaying here is some of the coins that I'm classing as my hype buster coins. So these will go on to not fall prey to the hype bubble. So, you know, with a bubble, it goes up, then it explodes, and boom, and then you're getting at rock bottom. So I just wanted to go over a few of these attributes of these coins and some of their qualities, and just go over why I think, well, fingers crossed, that these don't fall prey to a hype bubble. Some we'll get into them and maybe can be potentially, but just having a look over them straight off the bat, we've got the 2-ounce monkeys that we got here. So with these coins, just going over a few of the qualities of these straight away, no surprise, this is from the Perth. So this was an offering from the Perth. Why I believe this won't fall prey to something like a hype bubble is the fact that what made it more attractive on this piece here was the mintage. So as we all saw with the mintage on this piece, it went on to have a mintage of 34,368, I believe, but it was a very low mintage. So from a collector's perspective, that mintage is very, very desirable, in that previous years you had very higher mintages. So these, all the coins I'm displaying here, I purchased this year. So currently we're in what, June, so 6 months into 2017. So everything I've purchased here was purchased this month, say this year. So whether it be a month or 2 months of time of releasing this video. So looking at this piece, I do, and I've got high hopes for this piece going on to, for me, as I've mentioned before, if your coin can double in price, and the sooner it can do that, you have a fantastic coin. Sometimes it can get caught when the hype is ripe and in a hype bubble, and that it can go on to do that, but to only deflate once the hype dies down or the hype bubble bursts. So with these coins here, I'll point out which ones I think are doing it nicely. So with this one, with anything, when you're getting it to mature nicely over a period of time, from the initial price paid, I can definitely see this going on for double my money. Not as fast as some of the others, just for the quality that made it so desirable, but in due time I can definitely see this coin, the 2-ounce silver monkey, going on and selling for double the price that I bought it for. So this is a piece here that I definitely think is a hype buster coin, and that I have in my arsenal, and that's just some of the attributes and reasons why I think that's the case. Now, looking at this coin here, another offering from the Perth Mint, if I can get this up. Now this coin came out in 2 different varieties, and that it was initially released as a, I believe it was a commission piece from the LPM group with Perth Mint. They went on to do a Dragon Phoenix celebrating the whatever they were celebrating at the time, and Perth Mint went on to make a boo-boo, as we've gone over many of the times, and they done an unintentional mistake on the coin, and it had a proof area behind the phoenix's head, and another proof area around the tail there. Now this coin without these errors or variations have been maturing nicely. You're not going to get double what you paid so far, and that's expected with a coin like this. I had a 50,000 mintage, not knowing how much went on to the west. I'd say give or take 15,000 or so. That's just off the top of my head. But what made this coin more desirable, I mean, at the time, as we are constantly waiting when it comes to collect the coins, and from the Perth Mint, we're always awaiting a new offering from them. This came, it was a breath of fresh air. You had 2 mythical creatures on 1 coin. It is a stunning piece, but what made this more desirable is that it had this aerial variety on it. So that enabled this coin to create its own hype within itself, that then went on to have this coin sold up to triple what I initially paid. So this isn't just, I mean, asking and selling are 2 different things. So I would say I've seen this coin comfortably sell for triple the initial price somebody paid for this. I think I got these for around the £22 mark. I've seen them go on to sell for anywhere from 150 to 70, 80 pounds. So this is a coin that I believe the hype won't die down on these. The whole 50,000 wasn't circulated worldwide. The bulk went to the Asia market. We can get a bit of a zoom in on these. And so it made it kind of scarce to begin off with. So if you definitely had some of these varieties or these error pieces, it is something definitely that you was able to beat the hype. So these were hype buster coins also that have gone on to do great things from the Perth Mint once again. So that's a second offering from the Perth when they're bringing that good stuff. So then we have the current hype coin, and this also is a coin that I definitely think is a hype buster and one that you want in your arsenal. So we're looking at the 2017 Swan coin. Now with this coin, I think the hype is up there, and a lot of things are being done with this coin, in that the mints, the dealers themselves, are really draining the blood out of this piece here, in that they're getting slabbed up a lot. So it also does affect resale prices. So it's taken a lot from what an individual would do, but a lot of the times now you're competing with the dealers also, because if they have the opportunities to, they will slab the coins and go for maximum and take everything they can get out of the coins. So from an independent collector or investor's mindset, he has to also do the same. But the only problem there is that the population on the 70s and so forth can really climb up into the high numbers. And when you've got a coin, so like the populations, when you're getting a coin graded, could be anything like the mintage. It is its own separate mintage scale system. So if you had some of these Swan coins, and for instance only 50 of them had a grade 70, that's a very low number. So that's something you can add towards it to go on to seek a higher price. Now when you've got a lot of the mints sending these in for grades, and we all know how favorable these graders can be for these coin dealers, the population on this coin is really going up. So I think there is somewhat of a bubble surrounding this, but the attributes of this coin, I mean, it being on a 25,000 mintage and a first, it's fighting through that. So it is a hype buster, but I do see a bit of a pullback on price. I wouldn't even say a pullback, it will stagnate. So it will reach a certain price. I don't know currently what the slabs are selling for, but I mean, on the raw coins in Europe, as I've mentioned before, they're now going for €70, so that's up in the 60-odd pound range. So they are doing fantastic things raw. A lot of people are capitalizing and slabbing them, and they're getting double their money on that. So this coin here, we're looking at, from what I initially paid, I'm able to sell this for triple what I paid for it, and that's just on the raw coin. So it is definitely a hype buster coin. It hasn't been caught in the hype bubble, but I can see it being on such a low mintage and a lot of dealers really milking them to the fullest, in that they're slabbing up so many of them. It's going to do something for the slabbed coins, especially if you wanted to do that to maximize your profits. But I can't see it really affecting the coin. I can't even see Perth putting a privy out on this doing too much damage to the piece, because it's an absolute stunning piece. So all of those qualities taken straight into account made this coin a fantastic hype buster coin. So that's another hype buster coin and another offering from the Perth Mint. Now on these pieces here, what and why I ended up going in for some of these, and these was also traded out and purchased this year, is that what you had was a fantastic coin with a lot of maturity already in the coin. So it's one of the other things that I also do when I'm looking for coins, is that if you can find a backdated coin, but the main thing here is getting at a fantastic price, you're getting the best of both worlds in that your coin has already survived the hype bubble. I mean, this coin's damn near time of release and it's 9 years old. So this is a 2008 coin. It's a very desirable collectible coin. I think on the mintage on these were when they was at 300,000. Don't hold me to this, but I believe this coin sold out. So the mintage on the 1 ounce is 300,000. But if still picked up for a fantastic price, you can nearly double your money depending on where you sell this. I've seen this coin sells for different prices in different regions. In Europe, it's a sensible price. In the UK, you can put on a nice premium on top of it. In America, this coin sells for a lot more than it does in Europe, so that's definitely an option. And there are other options you can do with this to definitely maximize. But it's a game plan that I do deploy in that I look for backdated coins, but I also want them at a fantastic price, and that was the case with this coin here. So grabbing this one, this coin, it's beat the hype. This coin has already done all of the groundwork, so you got a very mature coin and a fantastic motif, and you was able to backdate it. So this is just something one of my game plans, but this is something I got this year that I do believe is a hype buster, so I'm putting it on display here. So this is the 1 ounce Kookaburra 2008 design, and that's also coming from the Perth Mint. And then from there, we're getting onto these. These was purchased at the same time with the 1 ounces, but these have a much lower mintage of 20,083, and this is the 2 ounce Kookaburra. With these ones here, as I've mentioned, if you can find these for a good price, it's definitely worth picking them up every and all the time because they're such stunning coins. These can sell for a lot of money. These have been linked to sell in the UK from anywhere from £100 upwards, and in America I've seen them sell for a lot more. And then there's always opportunities to go on and do further things with these and fully maximize your profits, and these are some of the best coins to do that with. Highly desirable coins that have a lot of maturity built into them already because they're on a old date. So these are a collection of just hype buster coins that I think can survive any type of hype bubble. These are coins I've picked up this year and within my stack. I've picked up a load of other silver coins, but none I would say can sell for a minimum double. I mean, this one here, the 2 ounce Kook, I don't think I could sell for double that I initially purchased it from in the raw, but there's other things I can do to it where I could definitely get double my money. Also with this is the case. These two more modern newer ones I can definitely get double to triple my money, and on this one has a lot of potential where I'll be easily able to do that at a later date. So here's just a little display of a current of the hype buster coins that I have. It'd be fantastic if anybody could put in the comments of any coins that they think can also do the same things. As we can all see, the one theme here is that they're all from the Perth. Surprise, surprise, Perth fanboy here. But once again, if you can add anything to this list or put a list of coins on that you also think are hype busters, it'll be fantastic. I mean, with all these coins coming out fast and furious, there are a lot that are falling at the wayside, so it's good to just see a couple that are doing good and know why and for any reason. So it'll be really interesting. I personally think these will survive, but hate or love it, guys. Go ahead and let me know what you think of this video. Go ahead and subscribe if you ain't done so already, and I'll catch you guys on the rebound.